Hi, I'm Mike Siegel, and to my left is Reed Pierce, to my right, Kim Davenport. This is episode 6 of the Legends of Billiards series, brought to you by the Pro Billiards Tour. This is going to be a great match. Johnny Archer versus, who's that guy? Kim Davenport, one of the greatest matches of all time. You're in for a treat.
Got to get by Johnny before he can get to the final match. Gentlemen, we look forward to your comments on the telecast. Thank you for being with us, and we'll be back to get things started. Our first semifinal match will get underway in just a bit. All right, we've got Johnny Archer against Kim Davenport. Archer's undefeated in the tournament so far, and Davenport is the defending champion in the Pro Tour 9-ball title.
Here we go, the all-important lag.
What are you thinking right here, Kim?
Well, I'm thinking let him hit the ball first, and then I'm going off his hit.
Man, you're unbelievable.
What a lot of people don't know, this ball froze.
I don't know if I believe
the
that.
ball froze.
Are you
froze.
Sure? Did you get down and look at it?
Well, I seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. But Scott was in the way. The referee was in the way.
I still say that's a little shady when you wait for the guy to hit it first, then you hit it second.
It was.
Right.
I don't know that I've ever froze a lag. Have you, Mike?
Maybe.
I don't know if I have.
Maybe.
You got him as close as...
You know what's funny about the lag? Now, I'm left-handed, so I always tried to lag to the other side because a right-hander, we'd bump.
Yeah, you have to get on the other side.
And every time I played Mizrac, we fought for the same side of the table because we're both left-handed.
Right.
All right, so you won the lag.
Won the lag, and of course, like I've been saying all along here in this Legends of Billiards series, that the lag is really important because if you come up and you can break and get a shot and maybe win the first game, you know that's big.
Well, that's the momentum. Yeah, getting out of the gate, I'm thoroughly convinced getting out of the gate especially in 9 balls in any pool game is big.
Now, I really wasn't playing the 9 there. A lot of people thought I was, but if I would have played the 9, I'd hit the cue ball. The cue ball could have got back on the rail. I was trying to hit it, bumping up to play the combination.
You had to keep yourself away from the rail.
Yes. So I made sure I hit it full.
I mean, let's see, you made 1 ball, there's 3. So you made 2 or 3 balls on the break.
Yeah. And no, I didn't have to play position. Shot. I could just slide out and shoot the 6 into the 9.
Sweet. That's always a nice way to start the early combo on the 9.
I always thought that.
Was this as easy as it looked right here?
Yeah, it really. I just had to hit it well. I mean,
right.
It was
cut it like into the pocket.
I mean, it was kind of a thin cut, but I always thought the hardest games to win were the first game and, of course, the last game, the most important game.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
So now you're ahead. Now, Johnny, how many times you guys play?
Oh, maybe. I mean, I couldn't really tell you.
Really? I mean, 10, 20, 5? I mean,
I would say anywhere maybe close to 20 times.
20 times?
Yeah.
And how's your record? I don't want to pry.
I would say Johnny was ahead of me.
Yeah. But in this time, he was arguably the best or winningest player of all time. I mean, of this era, correct? Or not?
He's in the 90s. Johnny, I think Johnny was the greatest player in the 90s.
In the 90s.
I think he was player of the decade, yes.
Yeah, but you also, in the 90s, you had Reyes, you had Strickland, right? I mean,
yeah, but Earl and Reyes had done a lot of damage in the 80s.
Right.
So it was Johnny's deal.
So, okay, you make a ball again, but I don't think you have a shot here, right? This is a little tough to see the balls. Are you having that issue?
Yes.
A little bit. There's one good view. While we have a moment, I'd like to say that, the Pro Billiards Tour, myself and Paul Drexler, who is one of the top PDF cue maker, that's his company, he's one of the top cue makers in the world. We have a collaboration of design, and he is going to be making the cues. And it's a series of 4, and these are the most gorgeous cues you ever saw. We worked a long time on putting these together. They're going to be available on the Pro Tour website, which is probilliardstour.com. They will be available soon, so you can if you're looking for a real nice cue, check it out.
Yeah, I've known him for not a long time, but he does great work. One of the top cue makers.
The designs, and these are all one-of-a-kind cues, series of 4. That's what we're going to start with. So, if they like that, I'm sure they'll find that interesting.
I'll be playing with a Drexler cube soon, I hope.
You rolled out to a shot and gave Johnny a. He made a really heck of a.
He made a
really
good shot. He made a good
Yeah,
shot.
he did.
I rolled the dice there. It probably wasn't the correct push out because I pushed out where he could have made the ball, and he did.
But I'll say this: that was a heck of a shot he made.
Twin City, Georgia. He's still playing. I went to he opened a new pool room, him and Rodney Morris in Atlanta, somewhere.
Outside of Atlanta, Cartersville North.
He still plays, right? I mean, he's not. How old is Johnny now? 50?
Johnny has to be probably, early 50s.
Early 50s.
Yeah, something like that.
He's still playing.
I don't know if he is or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't had a lot of contact with Johnny.
I've been knowing Johnny Archer since he was 15, I believe. He came to my house when he was 15 or 16. We were really good friends back in those days. This guy at a young age was really, really, really good. You're up against a tough opponent right here. You already said that.
Well, yeah,
you know that.
I know that anyway. Yeah.
I played him. I can't remember how many times. I can't remember. I know he beat me a couple times. I didn't play him a ton.
It couldn't have been because you retired, 93, 94?
I played him.
Yeah, well, of course you did, but I'm just saying, you couldn't have played him, like you said, a lot of times.
No, maybe 3 to 5 times I think I played him. I played him twice in finals, I remember. Yeah. Played the match where I happened to win. I kind of
played good in that match.
I did play good in that. Anyway, the original versions of these matches are on Pro Billiards Tour matches. The original versions will be available free on the Pro Billiards Tour website, probilliardstour.com. Make sure you check that out. Again, the original versions, we have a lot to offer. We have tips of the week, matches, memorabilia. We have items for sale and all kind of matches that are really some of the greatest matches of all time. Make sure you check out our website.
And don't forget about those great pool tips that we're going to give you.
For sure. Well, we're not going to give them the really good tips, or should we? Huh? You think?
I don't.
Real good ones?
I don't really have. You have all the secrets, Mike.
No. Those are the secret. No, some of the secrets we can't give away. Maybe. If they go to the website, they might be surprised seeing tips that have never been seen before, so make sure you check it out. That was a great shot there. I see you have AM, I'm looking at these sponsorship things. I see AMF. Now, that was the table?
That was the table. And basically, I guess it came off the mold of a Brunswick, because it plays just like a Brunswick.
It looks like a gold, even with the markers. Remember how I used to keep score on the table there? Now, what year was this? I don't want to play dumb, but I'm forgetting. What year was this?
This was 1995.
95.
Yeah. How long ago was that? Oh, my God.
That was pretty long ago, 27 years.
Oh, my. No wonder he looks so young. And I look so old.
Now, not only are these matches going to be available on our website, they're also going to be streamed on multiple platforms. You got to check the ProBilliardsTour.com website to find out what they are, but we'll be doing a lot of streaming also.
And we have over 100 matches.
Yeah, no, it's incredible.
In our archives. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, again, I always go back to this era of I caught it a little. 80s and 90s, in my opinion, were the greatest 20 years in pool. And you have the names of, you have in pool like levels of players, okay? You had some of the greatest players. All the guys played great, but you had exceptional players all playing in the same era. So it made for unbelievable matches.
Johnny really had a super break too. He could control his ball off the break and bring it right back to the table. Look at that.
Yeah, no, that was his best asset. I always said that. He broke from the side rail and the middle of the table. We call it the box, or out in the center of the table. But from the side rail, I think him and Earl, had the two best breaks from the side rail. They just crushed them. All right, who's doing this commentating here? I'm looking at this.
I believe it's Buddy Hall and Nick Barner.
I mean, look, he made 1, 2, 3. He made 3 balls on
3 balls. It's like, okay, wait.
I mean,
so he's playing 6 balls.
Yeah, I mean, the break in 9 ball is just.
Well, if you're breaking and you're breaking like that, it's wonderful.
How's the guy going to win? I mean, how's it really? When I grew up playing pool, when I grew up in the 9 ball terms, not a lot of guys broke. You broke good. I remember playing you, a guy like Jerry Brock, and a couple other guys. Those were the only guys I was like afraid of because they broke so well. All the other guys, Hopkins, a lot of guys, they never really did anything if you made a mistake or if they won a game. They wouldn't run 3, 4, 5 racks, so.
But I think they adjusted well too. Like Allen, he even though he didn't have a powerful break, a power game, but he adjusted to it and made balls on the break. I mean,
well, the side rail break, I think, was a big factor for that.
You could get a lot of leverage. You like to break from the side, Reed. You get a lot of leverage when you wound up breaking from the side.
No doubt.
Yeah. Every time I tried to hit him hard, the cue ball go off the table. I mean, Nick Varner gave me a couple pointers, and he told me my hand. I'm showing it. I turned my hand up so when I hit him, it'd be more level because I always hit down on the ball. In a side rail break, I never could get it. Like you break level as can be.
Yeah, your cue stick, when you break, your cue almost bends.
It's
like a fishing rod. You got an 8-pound bass on there or something. It bends that much.
I know. I used to break and lift up and it bent, but I kept my bridge down. Anyway, I guess,
Johnny worked with me Johnny Archer worked with me on my breaking the side rail.
Well, that's why you started breaking so good.
Well,
you didn't tell that secret back then.
I'm not trying to say I broke that well, but I did break pretty good, and it won me a lot of money.
You broke plenty good.
But Johnny was deadly from that side rail. There's no doubt.
Yeah, no, he definitely, him and Earl both, I remember, just crushed them. I played, when I played, I didn't like the way look at this, I didn't like the way he broke so well, It's scary.
You see the referee, Scott Smith, very, very close looking in.
What were you trying to do?
I was trying to miss the 9, come back, shoot the 2 on the side.
He's found a tough
But
position here.
I tickled it.
And is this cloth now, is this a newer cloth or is that a used
Some
cloth?
honest.
Is it new or was it used?
No, I think this was the used. I think it's part of it.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
It's been played on.
Yeah, you know what they would do, like especially in Vegas, you play in a tournament, they play on all throughout the tournament. Then the TV table,
Sure.
they put a brand new cloth on it, and you're like a fish out of water.
Yeah, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, look at that. That was a good shot. Wow.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous here because I was defending champion.
Really?
The semifinals to go back into the finals, and I was a little bit nervous.
Here's the 2 ball. About the only pocket he has is right here. The 3 ball is laying here, so he's going to have to pace this ball. If he shoots at it, the cue ball's going to just float gradually down this way toward.
I played Johnny quite a few times. He cost me a lot of tournaments. He beat me in the finals in Rhode Island. Beat me to the World Championship to go to the finals one year. I did get him twice in the same tournament in '94, though, in Dallas, at the Dallas Open when I won the Dallas Open. I beat him twice.
That's the year that me and Jimmy was going to room together. I told that story earlier on the last series. Yeah.
So what are you doing here now? You're going to bank this?
Yeah. I'm going to bank because I'm not going to duck. You might have ducked.
No,
you know what I'm saying, but I wasn't going to.
I shoot at shots that lay well like this. Yeah, I would have shot.
And the 3's in bad shape, but I figure bank this, make the 3, and then maybe you're on your way. But
made it.
I didn't have any other way. And I was in Kentucky, so when you're in Kentucky, you
got to bank.
Right?
And you don't care. You just shoot and make everything. See, you and I had a different style. You just get up. Here it is. I just make it.
Let me ask
you were a little more cautious than me.
Yeah, I was cautious.
Let me ask you this.
That's why you won more tournaments than I did.
Maybe, I don't know. I never wanted to give the opponent the chance to do something crazy and win the match. Right. In other words, no matter what the score was, in these matches, people just don't realize the competition is so difficult that if you make any mistake, that can cost you a match. It's not just a game.
Yeah, one game can be 5 games.
Yeah. There you go. You miss a shot, you play a bad safe, you scratch on the break. anything, and you could lose the match. That's always was on my mind. I never felt comfortable until I won the final game.
What was you going to say, Reed? You were going to
I was going to say, Mike, in your opinion, why is it in Kentucky, and it's a fact, basically all the guys bank well?
And you know what the answer to that is? They play bank pool.
Well, that's what I would say, but
I
you think that's what it is?
Well, I played Truman. I played Clyde Chillers.
Tony Fargo.
I played a lot of them guys.
Then get Gary Spaeth, from
Spaeth.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
I
Which is
think
right there.
Well, like look at it this way: in California, a lot of guys played one pocket and 9-ball. On the East Coast, a lot of guys played straight pool. In certain parts, they played whatever. And I think when you're playing one kind of a game. I didn't like playing those guys. I looked at guys that were lesser players than me, but I wouldn't play them in their game. Right? Does that make sense?
Right, sure.
Yeah, there you go.
This is a tough shot.
That's a tough shot here, yeah.
Yeah.
Never hit a rail.
Good shot.
Uh-oh.
He's perfect.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Good shot.
Get a little
Ken.
hands up with the bat shoot there, and it stopped.
Yeah.
Nice
But
shot.
even the weaker players in Kentucky, I've seen, bank the balls really well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In other words, certain guys in certain games, like you might play a guy like, whatever, and in one pocket you could never beat him, but in any other game you'd rob him.
Right.
So, I tried to, it's like playing Mizorek straight pool when I played him. I wouldn't play him straight pool. I played him 9-ball, but not straight pool. Oh, you hit those.
You won that game. What, did you jump a game?
Yeah, I must have skipped the game.
Yeah, 'cause he broke. What's the score, 4-2 him?
4-2.
You're playing a race to
11.
That's kind of long for a TV match.
Yeah, it was long for a TV match.
I mean, because most of the TV matches, 8, 9 kind of.
We played a lot.
We played all the
Well,
teams.
U.S. Opens were 11, but in most of our series was 9.
Not after 95, I don't think. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, on TV, the 11 seemed a little long, and 9 is still a good contest. You're playing on TV, whoever's going to win is going to win. That's the way I felt
Yeah,
about
I think
This
all
was 11, though, yeah.
11, yeah. 11's, I mean, I'm saying for TV,
Right.
that was considered a kind of a long match. That's
And the
all.
year before, it was 9. So I don't know
okay.
why, because it was 9, because I remember I beat Buddy 9-7 the year before this. So
I think
then
it changed to 11 after that for all finals, I think, but I could be wrong.
you might be right about that, Rick.
Yeah, because
And you have a better memory than I do, but just
I don't
because
know that.
you're
Well-
younger.
Well,
Not
the
much.
original series of the Pro Billiards Tour matches will be available free on the ProBilliardsTour.com website. So make sure you check that out. And those are going to, now that's in the original version, so that's really something. We have 6 in the series so far. Now we're going to probably have over 100, correct? Is what
We have all
Well
kinds
over.
of footage in our archives. We have tons.
So what our game plan is right now is doing the original versions in their entirety, and then we, the 3 Amigos, are also going to now bring it up to date 30 years later and talk about.
You kind of flinched at that.
I sharked him. That's what happened. He looked at me. When I
I know your stroke, because I know you well. I mean, you're friends. You kind of flinched at that, didn't you?
Yeah, I jumped a little bit on that.
still think that 9-ball could have been made had he hit that shot a little bit better. Oh, yeah. And now look where it sits, and it's very interesting.
What do you think? Let me ask you a question. What do you think? Now, you guys are a little, well, no, you're similar to my age. How old are you again? How old are you?
59.
59? You're not 60.
59.
Oh, you're a youngster. That's what
Yeah.
all the old guys say.
Yeah.
So let me ask a question. How about guys like, Mosconi, Lassiter, Karras? Look at that shot. Guys like that. I mean, did you ever get to even see those players?
Yeah, I got to see Fats. I got to see Wimpy, Lassiter, Luther Lassiter. Trying to remember who else I did see. But I didn't get to see him play that much. I got to see Fats talk and play a little bit. And then Wimpy, I did get to see Luther Lassiter in Memphis. You were there,
Right.
along with a lot of the other guys. He played in that tournament in Memphis. I think it was 1983. Am I about right?
I don't know.
But he was there. You remember that tournament?
I played Lassiter in my
Earl won
first
it.
U.S. Open in '74, and with the exception of the break, he never missed a ball. I mean, that's how I beat him, was the break.
Well, he had to be in his late 60s.
He was
He was there in Memphis in the early 80s because I got to see him. And he still could play. He was a great player, right, Mike?
Lassiter?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you how he played. Ready? Any two balls in the table, he made them. That's how he played. He, like, if you watch them play compared to a guy that, you know, kind of played like Buddy Hall, okay? Buddy Hall and him were the opposite. Buddy Hall is close to the ball with the perfect angle. Lassiter was froze on the end rail, backward cut, super bank shot, and he never missed. And that's how he played. Scared the crap out of him, I'm telling you right now. He was very scary. It was like he had no idea how to play pool, but he never missed anything. You know? No, really. I saw him playing when he was like 61, 2, 3. Unbelievable.
And Willie was our honorary captain, Team America's honorary captain. Yeah.
Johnny's got you in a little hole here. You're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, do you ever win a game?
Score.
What's going on here?
I don't know what to stick
6-2. You're getting crushed.
Yeah.
Well, like, what are you going to do? I mean, I made a couple mistakes, I know, and you know he's been breaking. I think he won the last couple of racks, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's not bridging. He's bridging. You see, he has his bridge hand on the table. He's breaking a little different.
Look at that break. Oh, I'm so.
Nine.
He made the. I mean, I'm watching this. He made a couple combinations. He made the kiss. He made the combination. And in the break. Let's see. Kim's sitting there like, whoops.
I don't look too happy there. Like, what's going on?
You'd almost want to say if this was a boxing match, you know,
They'd have stopped it in the first round. It was
7-2. 7-2. You better make a move here. It's getting out of hand. I mean, what was the last match? The Reyes Strickland.
Yeah.
That was not the last. Was that the last
the
match?
last match we done in the series, yeah.
And Reyes got crushed. Earl put a beating. Is that what's going to happen here?
I hope not.
Okay, we'll see.
He's trying that same break
He
again.
keeps breaking
He's bridging with his hands, see, on the table rather than off the rail. And he smoked him again.
He makes you pay the price.
Amen. He's got 2 balls off the break already.
And he's got a shot, looks like.
You got to make sure you go to our website, probilliardstour.com. We got a lot of stuff. June 1st, you can join for free. We have tips. We have the matches in their entirety, the original format. Soon we'll be having the 3 Amigos. We're going to stick with the 3 Amigos. I like that. We also have other things. We're going to be doing streaming platforms on all platforms. Anyway, you always have to check our website, probilliardstour.com, to get the latest news on what's going on with the Pro Billiards Tour.
I want to know which amigo I am.
I don't know.
You're all
I'm
of a sudden
Chevy
going to
Chase.
name us, so you know.
Let's see
which one I am.
Who was that? That was
I don't want to be
Martin?
Steve Martin. I'll be anyone but Steve Martin.
Right, Steve Martin. You're Steve Martin. You got the silver hair. You're Chevy Chase, and I'm Martin Short. There you go. That was a funny movie. I like that movie.
4 in the corner and draw it back for the 5, or will he? Huh?
Exactly. Draw it straight back to the 5.
So, Mike,
Wow.
in I think it was 87, The Color of Money came out, and you were the technical advisor on that movie. Helped Paul Newman and Tom Cruise, right?
Yes, yeah, I got picked to do that. That was one of my feathers, you know, in my cap, and even to this day, I'm still, you know, getting benefits from that. That was an incredible time. You know, I taught Tom Cruise, who couldn't make a bowl. You want to hear it? No, really quick? When Marty Scorsese came out and he says, I want you to show Tom a few shots, you know, I said, all right, you know. He goes, what are we working with? He didn't know. So I set up the balls, like, you know where you hang the ball in front of each pocket? Remember he had to make it in so many shots? I put the cue ball in the middle of the table and I said, here, you know, Tom, you know, Mr. Cruise, you know, hit a few shots and let's see what, and his form looked perfect. He missed the first ball that was hanging right in front of the hole. I looked at Marty, I go, we might have a problem here. But in a short period of time, we worked 3 to 4 weeks, 6 hours a day. And he could run a table playing 9 ball. The most amazing thing ever, on a 4.5 by 9.
That's unbelievable.
And here's why, because actors can mimic, like when he watched me play, right away he looked like me. the break, he bent I mean, all that. And then if I said, okay, do this, he did it. And then I said, oh, you're making a mistake. Do this, he did it. In a short period of time, he went from couldn't make a ball hang in front of the hole to incredible play. That's their gift. That's their gift.
So you taught him to play pretty good if he could not make a ball hanging to the start, and then at the end he could run out.
He could, the scene that he did, I don't know if you remember, and Newman I coached, you know, he already could play.
Right.
He didn't play phenomenal, but he could do what we set up. The Werewolves of London, I don't know if you remember seeing that, where Tom Cruise is going like this.
His hair was perfect.
And he goes around the pool table and runs the rack. He was more nervous. That was one scene. They go all the way, they had a track all the way around the pool table. He was more nervous about making the balls in pool than he was in the whole acting. You know, there, you got to remember, it's millions of dollars. So when they go, cut, let's do it again, that's like $500,000. You know, and he did it perfect. He even looked at me and went like this, you know. But it was
Never, you're in trouble here.
8-2.
8-2. Yeah,
And I'm playing that bad.
Like
Your
I am.
stats aren't that bad.
Well, yeah, but I haven't shot. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
I made a couple of mistakes, so that's. But what are you going to do? I mean,
Yeah.
I've run into a buzzsaw so far.
You know, one other real quick thing, Color Money pretty much changed pool.
Yeah,
When it came out, it revitalized. I mean,
Yeah.
pool was, you know, there was a poker trend. A lot of guys were playing poker at their house and all that. Pool was like that. Everybody was playing pool. You know, it really was. There was more pool on television. Everything was going great.
well, just a short time later, the Pro Billiards Tour was formed.
I know.
And you know, it sprung maybe off of this movie.
I'm sure, yeah, that
You know,
definitely
the only organized tour ever
Right.
in the history of pool.
Yeah. It was a big deal.
I mean,
For us.
we wouldn't have all this great footage if it wasn't for the Pro Billiards Tour.
Oh, for sure. No, I hated, you know, ESPN. They would, you know what they wanted to do? They wanted to film one match, our biggest tournament of the year, let's say World or U.S., whatever, and then show the repeats throughout the year. Yeah. And I used to be on the board, and I said, hey, we have a tour. You know, we have a lot of matches, tournaments, just like golf. You don't want to see. ESPN wouldn't deal with us, and then we decided to get rid of them, and then we went to the Pro Billiards Tour, where we wanted to show 10 or 12 or 14 events a year.
And we owned our own product.
And then there you go. And now this is why we're getting this. I bet all those other tournaments, probably my greatest tournaments on ESPN are probably on the floor today.
Yeah, they probably destroyed it. So right here in this match, it's 8-2. So you watch this shot. So you know, a race to 11, 8-2 semifinals. So what do you think happens here?
What's going on? Oh my God. You missed.
I didn't expect you to laugh.
I'm not laughing.
I was asking for a little.
Well, but see, you know.
Oh, okay, that's good. Mike.
I mean, but that's really, but here's the thing. That's really uncharacteristic because of the situation. You would normally never have missed that.
No, it was probably 100 out of 100 in practice, but when you're playing in a tournament, you'd only get one shot.
There you go.
You don't get to shoot it 100
And
times.
you may have taken your eye, you're being a little hard on yourself. You might have taken your eye off the ball. You know, the 9 was there. You weren't concerned about maybe hitting the 9 coming up, no? I don't know.
I guess I was in a coma. But
I'm
anyway.
trying to clean it up. You know, I'm trying to make it sound and look good, you know. I do that.
Okay.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
Believe me, I tell you.
It's not easy up there. You're in the electric chair, you know what I mean? Like you keep mentioning golf. Golf has a caddy. The caddy tries to calm down the player if he's, you know, in pool, you have to calm
you're
down
by
yourself,
yourself.
you know.
Yeah, you're by yourself. Yeah, that's not, you know, you're right. I never thought of that. But again, even still, you're sitting there. You're like this inside and you can't release it, right? Where in, you know, other sports you can.
And now the thought in my mind creeping in, it's a race to 11, it's a semifinals. He runs out here, it's going to be 9-2. You know, I'm almost to the point to where I haven't given up because my my juices are still there. You know, I'm wanting to get another shot. And at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, well, is this an attainable goal?
Right.
Can I really win this match, being down 9-2? Is it an attainable goal? And I didn't have the answer to that.
Right.
You know,
He makes a bad shot there. I hate to be real
Yeah, he's
too
got to
critical,
follow
but
it 2 rails.
yeah, I mean, this is not easy.
No, he could have missed it.
well, he's been playing really good though.
I mean, he made it look easy, but
Yeah.
I know that shot, and that's not a hanger to do that.
Myself, when I was playing in a spot like this, I never felt like I was completely out of it. You know, unless if the guy got on the hill and he had 10 and I had 2, I'd be really worried.
Much of an opportunity here or a chance to pull this one out. Of course, once you get off that
All
curve,
right.
you got a hot hand where you can
9-2, I say we just stop because it's over.
What about
the heck?
Paul-
Come on, you can't win.
Mike, what about Paul Newman in the, I know you worked with him in The Color of Money. What kind of guy was he?
He was the greatest guy. I fell in love with the guy. What, are you kidding me? Those blue eyes. I mean, he was just, he was the kind of guy. I mean, I don't want to, I'm going to try and make this as short as possible, but he was,
Make a long story short.
I'm going to make that short. Short as I
We
can.
appreciate that.
So he was such a great guy, okay, he was nominated 7 times for now that could have been a turning point there. He scratched on the break. Archer, that's very rare for him. But anyway, Paul Newman was a great guy, and he knew what things would benefit other guys, like in their career and so on and so forth. So real quick, Paul Newman was nominated 7 times before for an Academy Award, but never won. So he thought, we already knew this, he thought it was unlucky for him to go to the Academy Awards. He gets nominated for Color of Money, okay? Well, he wins it. Now, he wasn't there, we knew that, okay? Now I'm taping it, with the VHS, so I'm watching it. So I know how Newman is. I know he's going to give me a plug. I just know it. I like to thank Marty Scorsese. I know he's going to say, I like to thank Mike Siegel for the pool shots. That you got 1 billion people worldwide watching that. That would have been he would have done that for my career. Anyway, he's not there. Betty Davis is the one that opens the envelope and says the winner is Paul Newman. Well, the guy from West Side Story is accepting for Paul Newman. He comes up, he reaches in his jacket, he pulls out the paper. My heart's going like this, 100 miles an hour. Betty Davis starts harping on this guy with West Side Story. She was drunk, and before you knew it, the hook came out, pulled him off, and we never got to hear what Paul Newman's acceptance speech was. I wanted to throw the remote through the TV.
So you wanted to hear Mike Siegel.
Well, but I mean, Paul Newman was a great guy. I had dinner with him many times, all this. He would have done that for me because he knew what it would mean for my career. That's the kind of guy.
I'll tell you a story. I was at the premiere of The Color Money in Los Angeles and Hollywood, and I was talking with his daughter, and I didn't make her happy.
Really?
I had a few drinks, and when I was a kid, I watched a movie called HUD. You have to be at least my age to remember HUD. Anyway, I went up to her and I said, I really liked your father in that movie HUD. And she looked at me, and that was it, and walked away.
Really?
Yeah,
Why would you do that?
Well, because he was a sodbuster, and he wasn't a good guy in that movie. He played a terrible part, but I that always stuck with me there.
Here's the guys you beat. Buddy, Mark Jarvis.
Tony Owen. Tony Owen was a great guy, man.
Oh yeah, Tony Owen. He crushed me in one of them. Thank God we didn't show that, man. I think it's the worst I ever got beat in my life.
He had that big side rail break. You forget about him. We were talking about big breaks.
Yeah.
I would put his side rail break in with
Tony could break.
Johnny and Earl.
What are you doing here?
So
Yeah.
I had no choice. I'm down so far. I'm playing the bank in combination bank.
Really?
I didn't know what else to do because I'm locked up. I didn't know
It
what
was
to
a
do.
heck of a shot.
Because when you're down,
Right.
7-8 games, what are you going to do?
I know what I would have tried. I can just see it. I know myself how I think. I would have tried to chip it and left it on the rail, and I'd have tried to float down in there.
Yeah, I would have. Me too. I would have played safe.
I would have tried
left
that.
alone.
I wouldn't have shot that shot. See, I would have chipped it and went down towards the 9 and tried to get under the 4. That would have been my thought.
But you made a heck of a shot.
you did.
Can you make this 2 still, or is it behind that ball?
Yeah, I have a shot on the 2, but I need to bust them up and get down.
3. You made 3 balls on the break.
See, the shot got cut.
Oh, it did?
I busted up and went down for the 8.
Okay.
So
you got to spin this ball in?
I believe I straight ball it.
Oh, you straight
And
cut
go
it?
up-
Okay.
Go up and back. Yeah. But this was so long ago. It brings back good memories. But
Now it's funny because, as people know, like I have, like, I don't know what the photographic, identic, whatever it is. I can remember every shot I ever played in pool. Pretty much.
well, I can't remember any of them. So, no, very, very few.
I remember every sit.
What do you mean by that, Mike?
I can
You see
remember-
the tape of it, or you?
No. I can remember in my mind every shot. Like you were telling me about a shot that came up. I said, well, I can set it up for you exact. Or in fishing and in golf.
That's
I can remember every golf
Well,
shot.
I can tell you one thing. I've
And
golfed
fish.
with you, and all your golf shots are bad. So
There you go. That's
you
how you
don't,
remember.
you don't want to remember many of the golf shots. I promise.
I know
you that.
this. He hit a couple.
That's how you
Yeah.
can remember
Yeah.
them. When you hit
Yeah.
good shots, you never remember.
I don't know. That's not
kidding
necessarily
me?
true, Kim.
Yeah.
He hit a couple
Well,
good shots the other day.
Listen, Mike's
You've made a
Not a
little
good
comeback
golf.
here.
He goes, Mike's not.
Mike's not a good golfer.
Well,
I play in the.
He can play. He's a
Yeah.
bogey golfer.
Bogey golfer.
But sometimes you listen to him, he'll exaggerate so much that you think he's in the
What?
70s.
Oh, well, no, I have shot a low round, couple of them.
Yeah.
You know, on the course that's
saying.
3,000 yards. What are you talking?
I'm just saying, if you listen to you sometimes,
Oh, yeah,
the person would get the feeling that you're a scratch golfer.
What?
have you ever
No.
played with any top
Well, that-
golfers?
Oh yeah.
You or Kim?
I play with a bunch of pretty good golfers. U.S. Open champion Andy North.
Andy North.
I played a couple times with him. I played with who else? I played. You play with a ton of guys.
Yeah, I played with quite a few of the.
Yeah,
of the
I played with Lee Jansen.
all seniors
You play
now,
with
but
him, right?
that's all good.
Yeah.
And they hit the ball playing golf.
One of Kim's best friends, Martin, is caddied for a lot of great
Yeah,
players.
caddy for a lot of great players. So we've had a discussion before many times, and it's gone on for decades, about what's harder, pool or
Oh,
golf.
are we going to get into this now?
No, we don't have to get into it. I just like to just dally into it just a minute. I don't want to take a long conversation about it, and it's my opinion that pool you're confined. Your table you're on a 4-inch. That's what a
Kim's
gorgeous
Beautiful. Look at that. You sure that's your wife?
Then that's
Come
Tony
on, there's
Varner.
Tony Varner.
She's still gorgeous
Nick's
like
wife.
that too.
Really?
But in pool, you're confined. You're on a 4.5 by 9, and you have spheres in your way, so you have to maneuver yourself around. In golf, now on the other hand, and in pool, you have to hit that ball within an 1/18 of an inch. In golf, your ball is smaller, but your club is bigger than the
Right.
tip, so you have a little room for to miss it instead of, but every pro golfer, there she is again. I love you, baby. Every pro golfer, I look at their wedges and it's just worn out completely.
Yeah, one
no
little
toe, no heel,
right in the
right in the center. So and in golf you have your weather. You have the grasses are different. And you have the rough, and you have the trees, and you have the wind, and so, but you have wide open spaces. So you tell me.
Well,
go ahead.
No, you got it.
I think pool and golf are really similar, but I agree with Kim, and I think Kim is trying to say he thinks pool might be just as difficult as golf. I think it is definitely just as difficult.
Me? Okay, so it's me? Well, in pool.
Well, we can pass you.
No, but I'll say one thing. In pool, something both of you didn't even mention really is that in pool, you got to hit a ball into a pocket. Where in golf, you have you have your club in pool, your cue. So you hit a ball into another ball into a pocket. In golf, you have a club, you hit that ball. So there's a difference there.
Well, stick in a ball.
Sticking a ball, and in a pool, you got to stick in two balls. Okay. However, I think again, this is how I look at it. It's not I look at it where in pool, only one thing is moving, your arm, and maybe this will follow through. And in golf, everything is moving. That's a great shot there. So that respect, to me, I think golf is tougher.
Okay,
because
well,
it's all
we've got our opinions.
you
That's
go.
beautiful.
Very good opinions. What do you think? Go to the ProBilliardTour.com website. We'd like to hear your answer. Now, that's another thing. We are going to have questions and answers by top pros. Have we mentioned that? Yes. See, even I'm looking at our producer, and he doesn't even know what's going on. What does he know? So we're going to allow people to email in or text. I'm not 100% sure. And they can ask questions. Either Kim or myself or Reed or other top players will answer your question. We don't have 8 million of them. But we are going to offer that along with the tips of the week, along with memorabilia. And we have shirts and hats. The 4 cues that are limited edition by Paul Drexler and myself designed. They're phenomenal cues. They will be available, I believe, June 1st. No, somebody went like this, so a little bit later, but you always got to check the website. Don't forget, you can always join for free. You're going to be able to see these matches in their original form, in their entirety, along with us remastering the original shows and telling you news on what's going on and where we are going and heading. So all that is available on our website, ProBilliardsTour.com. Make sure you check it out.
I'm going to tell all the viewers to stay tuned here. I think Kim's going to make a little bit of a comeback here. I just got that feeling. Don't leave here.
What is the score now?
I just think you are.
Paying attention.
10-4, I think.
10-4.
I just know you don't give up.
Was it 10-4?
Yes, 10-4.
Oh, that was a good shot right there.
Yeah, I was a little fortunate there. I tried to go above it.
Yeah, I didn't like the way you
ran into
I was wondering how you got away with it.
Well, still, like I said, I'm losing, so it's like, I'm trying to get myself in this mode. I can still win. I just need to.
Wait a minute. The score is 10-4.
10-4.
10-4.
Not 9-4.
It's 10-4.
No, it was 9-2, and now it's 10-4.
It's 10-4.
10-4. So you're 7 games behind.
Yeah.
You're 6 behind. 6 behind.
Race to 11. Oh no, but you need 7 games.
You gotta have 7. Yeah, you gotta win 7 in a row.
7 in a row to win. That's what I meant. Yes. I can add a little.
Well, yeah, but I agreed with you, so, because usually everything you say is right.
Of course.
So you got me in that.
You don't believe it, ask him.
I'm trapped all of a
You don't
sudden.
believe it, ask him.
See, he lulled me to sleep again.
What?
Oh, my God. I got to start paying attention to you, Mike. I thought, you're the one that said you were good at math. Okay, that was early.
Well,
Yeah, see, there
I
you
didn't say I was good at math. I said I'm good at with numbers.
Well,
and I
math numbers,
do
yes,
think
thank you.
I am pretty good at
Mike's
math.
the one with the Howard Cosell, the memory. Okay.
Right.
The memory. I'm the memory guy.
All right, very good then.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough shot. You're not going to make this.
No.
Oh, you played safe.
There was no way to do anything.
Well, you know what? Here's the funny part. People come up to me when I'm in wherever, and they go, "Oh, I remember that time you were playing and you had that shot like this," and they try and set it up. How come you didn't? I go, "That's not the way the shot was." No, I was there. I go, "Trust me, that's not the way the shot was."
Yeah, because they can get it off this.
Yeah,
line,
right, a hair.
It might be totally different.
Well, in pool, people can believe it or not, like a 32nd of an inch is big.
Yeah, of course.
It is huge.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The guy.
It doesn't look like it if you measure it out, but it's big.
There's a guy on the internet that Pat Fleming had a file something to get it off. He was going over the match where I played Nick Varner, where it was 10-10. The whole match now. All the mistakes I made. I didn't make a ton of mistakes, but he kept saying, "Well, Siegel could have done this, but that's not the way the shot was." The way he said it, he made me look like an idiot. Anyway, I'm serious. The whole match. Well, he could have done this. I go, "No, I couldn't have done that." I mean, anyway, no, Pat, they took it off the air. They took it off and he filed a claim with an attorney. Yeah, he's done that before.
That was funny. He made me. There's only one guy that can make you look like an idiot. That'd be you.
He made me look like an. I mean, my son Trevor brought that. He goes, "Dad, did you ever see this?" And it's fairly new. This guy is a non-player, and he goes over matches and shows the mistakes. Yeah, I'm telling you, some guy that can't make 4 balls in a row. The way that shot with the 9 ball, you're saying I flailed that? Yeah. He goes, Siegel could have made it in this pocket. He could have made it, and then he makes it 3 different ways. I go, if that could have happened, I would have done it. Okay?
Do you understand why he shot this shot like this?
What now?
I don't understand why he shot this shot the way he shot it, Johnny.
Let me look at it first.
See it, the fourth hand
Just kick it straight at it.
Oh, you'd kick straight at it.
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you would go to the rail and then.
No, he's trying to make it.
No, he tried to cut it
Yeah, I would have tried to kick it in. I mean, what if I don't, then
Well, you go to the rail, 2 rails, and kick it in.
well, you could do that, and you might miss it too, though. I would have went one rail like he did. He just hit it so bad it looked like it was a terrible shot, in my opinion. What do you think, Mike?
No, I don't know. I thought he was kicking that, good.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, you got to remember, on TV, it's deceiving.
That's
it's like
right.
that shot with Buddy Hall where everybody said he threw the match, which was obviously ridiculous. That combination on TV, it looked like you couldn't miss it, but in real life, it was extremely difficult.
You can miss
Against
any
Mike
combination.
Yeah, I was sitting right here. I bet on that match. I won $4,000. You kidding me?
What was the line?
20-1. I told everybody I was playing golf with Bob Holler.
Oh, you're
at
talking
the
about
Mirage.
Mike LeBron to win the tournament.
Yeah, Bob Holleran, who ran the Mirage Hotel with Steve Wynn. We played golf at Steve Wynn's Shadow Creek, and Bob Holleran says, I want to make a line on it was first time Challenge of Champions, 8 players. He goes, who do you think is the worst player? I go, worst player? You got 20 guys. The worst player is a U.S. Open champion. Who's the worst player? He goes, well, if you had to pick a guy. So I said, well, I guess Mike LeBron. And then I said, how about the next guy? He says, David Howard. He goes, who would you say is the best player? At that time, Buddy Hall had just won a tournament. I said, I'd make Buddy the favorite. He's on a roll. Anyway, we go back to the hotel, and I look at my name like 3-1. Then all of a sudden I see Mike LeBron, 20-1. There's only 8 guys in it. I go, Bob, you can't have him 20-1. The guy could win it. He goes, well, if you think that, why don't you go bet? And I went over, I bet $200. I told everybody to bet. Hopkins bet 200. Sure enough, he won.
Gosh.
Unbelievable.
Well, that's the worst thing that could have happened.
Why?
You realize
Bad
that.
line. They
do you
just
mean?
put out bad-
Well, I just think.
No, they loved it. They had the thing at the Mirage 5 or 6 more years after that. They did it again. They loved it.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they lost 12,000. They didn't even care.
So, Reed, what do you think about this shot here?
You're shooting the combination, right?
Well, I have to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I never liked
What would you
having
do with the cue ball?
I'd have just drew it back with a little L.
Follow.
Just
Oh,
like
nice
that.
shot.
I tried to hit that ball in the middle of the table.
yeah.
And I missed it, just, to kick it out and stop.
I would have done the exact same
Tried to
thing you
hit
would
the
have
ball.
done. I just wouldn't have felt comfortable doing it.
So now what do? You going to shoot
There's
it?
Jimmy Wedge over there.
Yeah. Who?
Oh, wow,
said
that's a
that?
tough shot.
It looked like Pat, but I don't think.
No, that's not
Pat
Pat.
was there.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I have to shoot at the ball. I mean, I think.
Nice
I think
shot.
the
You hit it
score is
clean as a whistle.
5 or something like that.
As
So,
far as I'm concerned, Kim Davenport was one of the best shot makers
Yeah, right.
on tour.
Well, these young whippersnappers, what do you expect?
I
They
wasn't
shoot it,
that
they make
young
everything.
then.
How old were you there?
well, I told you we went through that earlier.
No, that was another
I'm
match.
66. This
when was this?
95.
You were 31? No, wait, 35. I'm lost.
Dude,
We've been doing this way too.
37.
You're the math.
37.
All right.
37.
So here's a guy that never forgets about any shot he's ever made, but he can't
That's
count
me.
to 5. Now,
Well, he
folks,
didn't
you
say-
figure that one out.
Now, wait a minute. So you think you're old here at 37?
Well, I mean, I wasn't. You said a young whippersnapper.
Well, to me, that's young.
I'll just say this. He ain't got many more years till he's really past his prime. Right? Or you're
no.
getting
Yeah, but
close to being
no.
past your prime here.
it's my
Why didn't
opinion.
you
You
go
could
2
play
rails here?
2 rails.
Why didn't you go 2 rails here?
because it wasn't the shot. Just one real.
Oh, yeah, that's all you had to do there.
Because you can play great until your late 40s, early 50s. Great pool.
Why-
Win tournaments.
Yeah, no, of course, great pool.
Oh,
The thing is, in 9-ball, once you reach a certain age, whatever that is, I never wore glasses. I mean, I have reading glasses sometimes. But what happens is, it's that one little shot on that tough shot on the 1, that opening thin cut or whatever. That's how it's tougher to win as you get a little older.
What I think it is a little bit of your desire.
Right.
Oh, of course.
A
Well,
little bit of
that
your
goes
desire
without saying.
diminishes. I mean,
Yeah.
because you know what it is to go out there and
I know.
You can't. I wasn't going to keep playing to be a ceremonial player.
Right.
I was just going to play to ha ha ha. I used to be a great player.
Oh, no, you have to
You have to want to go win.
Yeah, no, you have to have that. But I think if you're out there playing, you still kind of have that. Kind of, right?
Yeah.
I quit because I was I'd been playing a long time, and when the Pro Bridge Tour had the problem and all, and we, broke up, and it just, I don't know, it was kind of hard on me, and I played a few more years, and then after that, I was just kind of burnt out.
Right.
I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say, but just a long time of playing a lot. It just like it was nothing to play for anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't a lot of tournaments. There was not a regular schedule. So
Well, we had to go back to people telling us what to do.
right, I didn't, and I just didn't. I would no, it was no good anymore for me.
Now think about this. Now here's a guy worth $800 million, right?
That's a good
Every
shot.
accident
I'm not
under the
worth that
sun.
much.
You aren't?
I'm not worth that.
$800 million. He had all kind of therapies to come back for a year, all these different things, and Tiger Woods is still out there grinding away, loving it.
Well, he still thinks he can win.
That's an amazing. Yeah, I know. I'm sure he thinks that, but to have that with a guy that has all that and go through all that, the rehab and all that kind of stuff,
No question.
and he's still going to win tournaments. You watch, he'll win. He'll win more tournaments.
Yeah, I think he'll win.
I mean, I think that's just amazing. I mean, if I had that kind of money, I could care less about playing golf. I don't, yeah. So what? Now it's 10-7, correct?
I think it's 10.
I'm not sure.
I think it's
I think it's 10-8, but
You know, I can't rely on Mike to count the numbers.
not sure.
They don't know how old I am. So, you know.
You
somebody
should,
needs to-
yeah, but you're supposed to be calling this. This is you shooting.
Okay, well, here, I got
Remember?
the 8 ball. I just cinch it. The
think
9's
it's-
hanging.
I think you're finna make it 10-9,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
Well, we could pay a little
10-8.
more attention to the match now.
You might be right this time.
If you want to.
Because I
Well, let's
was.
see what the score is going to be. Is it going to be 10-8?
Yes.
Okay. Let's
He's
see
been
what.
paying attention
Now
to
I'm feeling.
the
Oh,
match.
Aida loves it.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Ooh, yes, she is gorgeous. Way too
Should
good
have
for
been a
you.
movie star.
Yeah, she should have.
Kidding me.
Yeah. How about Tony? Look.
Beautiful too.
Oh, I saw a picture of her on my Facebook.
You did? Oh,
Yeah.
poor Tony.
I hadn't seen her in years. I didn't recognize her.
All right,
Anyway,
so here,
10-8.
let's set this up. So it's 10-8 now. It was 9-2.
9-2
and it was
is 10.
10-4. So now, now I'm feeling like, listen, I can really win this match right now. I can win this match. I'm breaking the balls. I've had control. Johnny hasn't made a ball in like 5 games or 6 games, and I know that no matter who was sitting over in that chair, that they have to be feeling pressure.
Of
And I'm
course.
thinking to myself, just get in a good break and get another shot. And I'm thinking run the set out. That's what I'm thinking.
That's a
So
good.
let's see
That's a
what
good thought.
And I've been breaking good too.
And the momentum
Look at
is
that.
going.
You really hit
like,
those.
yeah, and the
How about
momentum
that
is your way. You know.
You don't break the one.
And you didn't make one.
Yeah,
Well, I-
Oh, you
straight
did.
in.
Oh, straight in.
But
yeah.
I have a problem. The problem is I can't. I have to stop it right there. If I
For the
go
two
forward,
and
I'm still green, and if I draw
Yeah.
back, I'm still green. I got to shoot the 2
yeah, but
there.
you're straight though, right?
Kind of straight, a little off angle, but straight. And I have
It
to
looks
worry
like it's
about
a-
not fouling this ball.
Right.
Be sure it comes back an inch or stop
Yeah, you could have very easily let it go just a little too far
Yeah,
or
just a
jerked
little
it back too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
he wants to be careful.
Oh yeah, I see where you.
yeah, you see what I'm saying?
So you're gonna have him go in that little gap there for the 2,
Yeah,
right?
but if he
have
was
to pinch
straight, if he would have been, see the cue went that way. If you'd been dead straight, I would say
It was better that I had the angle, I think.
You think so? Okay. So I would have rather had no angle.
I didn't like to shoot straight in shots.
Well, I didn't either, but I don't believe I would have missed that straight in
might.
shot.
I mean, straight in shots. If you're
It was a long straight in shot. I agree with you, but it's,
Yeah, little angle. Larry Hubbard hated straight shots. He only liked angles. Well, in straight shots,
care
it
for
shows the
straight
flaw in your stroke.
Right.
If you have one. If someone
I
has.
probably had one.
Well, Nick Varner for sure has the flaws. I mean, his stroke kind of angled. But you got a great layout here. I mean, they're open. What I like to say is they're in space. Now, if nobody knows what that means, you know, when the balls are on the rails, it's always a little more difficult. For professional players, it's not that horrible, but I like it when they're in space.
I agree with you.
Right?
Yeah, when they
I
get
like
out-
space.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yes, sir.
And you can,
think touching anything.
yeah, right. And you can choose. Oh, this is a real good layout. And not, you're chalking and going fast.
Yeah, well, everything's pretty much.
Yeah, right.
And I made the one, and I'm feeling good, and yeah. So it was all good there.
I mean, you broke and ran out, right? Yeah, of course. That's right. Yeah,
I think I
he didn't
broke
even
and
shoot.
ran out like 5 of the last 6 games. I think that I had broken ran out.
This is a great example of why there's more pressure in pool than any other sport. In my opinion, it's not even close. You never know when in golf you have your 18 holes, bowling your 12.
Yeah, but
shots.
who would the pressure be on?
Well,
You say there's more pressure. Who would the pressure be on? The guy
on both
standing in the
players.
chair
No,
or the guy
no,
playing?
what I mean is if you and I are playing and the score's...
Let me
ahead.
set this up. Watch this. What do you think about this rack? Now, I've been busting the balls, breaking better than anybody the whole week. Now, watch this rack.
Uh-oh. Slug.
Yes.
It's like I threw a sponge at him.
Parika rack. Yeah, but you left the jigsaw puzzle. Look.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying?
I know.
Oh, yeah, you got slugged.
Scott said, "Listen, enough. So I'm going to stop this guy." No, I didn't. I don't know if I checked the rack. I might not have.
Yeah,
But I
but
don't know if
that's
we're
not.
allowed
But that's
to check
rare.
back at that time.
Out of the whole match so far, that's the only time that ever happened.
Usually, when you get 2 balls, see where the 9's at.
Yeah.
Usually, when 2 balls are there, it's always usually a ball was off. It wasn't frozen. So, what were we talking about?
Yeah,
before I interrupted?
okay. No, it's all right. The pressure.
Oh, the pressure. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Well, let's say that at any score, if we're playing a race to
so
11.
who's more pressure? Who's feeling more pressure here?
Well,
He
you're
is.
both feeling pressure.
He's got way more.
Oh, yeah, no. But
Okay.
what I mean is, when I get up to a match, even in the beginning on the lag, I'm always afraid that I won't get opportunities, lose the match because I don't know when my last shot.
Your comment was there's more pressure in pulling in their score.
Yeah.
Well,
Because you
so
never know.
Tom Brady has the ball,
Right.
and I agree with you in some respect, but if Tom Brady has the ball in the Super Bowl, 2 minutes to go.
Right.
So could his arm lock up as he throws a 20?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Oh, no. There's pressure in every sport, but in pool, you never know if it's your last inning. If
So
the score,
what you're saying is it's the pressure of feeling like you might not ever get back to the
there you go. You don't get the opportunity.
You don't get the opportunity.
That's my fear.
Go to the end race.
He'll
the
default.
ball wasn't froze. It was just off maybe a quarter of a minute.
But it won't go, right?
No, it won't go. But he had pushed, and I couldn't let him shoot.
Why?
Well, because he just hadn't got to the table in a while. I didn't
Oh,
want
yeah, he
him to
made a
shoot.
good safe there, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, you got lucky.
I didn't realize that you hit that really good, man.
I could have double kissed him.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I would have. I mean, I'm just saying, like we said a while ago, when you're looking at it on here, you know, it's a little different. But I wouldn't have. I might have passed that.
But you know how
Yeah, I would have taken that. I would have done that.
when you're
You
crossing
would've-
over the ball's froze,
I would have definitely if I felt comfortable with it. But looking at it there, it didn't.
Yeah, I think I would have taken that.
Johnny's going to
I mean, this game, if he happens to get safe and gets ball in hand, he could easily win the game.
Well, he could make
If he
this ball.
doesn't,
over here in this corner.
huh?
all he had to do is hit it hard, and he makes this ball. I believe he was trying to make it.
He might have made it had it been a little.
He's going to try to cut the one.
This is a tough wreck. Of course, if you want to see this match in its entirety, you have to go to the Pro Billiards Tour website, probilliardstour.com. We have a lot of tips. We have the matches in their original version. We're also going to be streaming later on different platforms. And we have tips. We have the cues. We have memorabilia. We have hats, shirts, things for, I believe we're coming out with pool shoes, first time ever. Again, all the information is on the Pro Billiards Tour website, probilliardstour.com. Check it out.
Here's an interesting shot. Do you play this to cross over and play safe?
Yeah, he made a fatal error here.
I play under.
He's just
I don't know what he was thinking.
Oh, wow, he hit the 9.
look. He was gonna grab. Look, he. You know. Well,
Double foul.
I'm not gonna say that, but anyway.
You get 2 ball in hands?
2 ball in hands.
there you
You have that one, and then if you screw up, you get another one.
In some sports, and I don't know what sport, but if you'd done that, there might have been more than just a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember, did you see, I love tennis. I watch U.S. Open. Djokovic, he didn't mean it. He just kind of hit the ball, and it hit the referee right into the
was disqualified.
neck and disqualified in a tournament. Well, he was like
was a major.
3 million first place.
U.S. Open, I think. Was it U.S. Open?
U.S. Open in New York.
French
yeah.
Open.
Yeah.
Was it US Open?
I think the U.S. Open in New York.
Okay.
I went to it once with Megan Smith.
I was at Wimbledon.
I saw Djokovic, as a matter of fact. Oh, you went to Wimbledon?
went to Wimbledon.
Really?
Yeah.
I like tennis. I really think it's a great sport.
Yeah, I like watching. I never could play it, but I loved
I
watching.
played a little.
Did you play right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed. Before I played pool, I got bored with it. It was right before I played pool, 10, 11.
So if you would have been a tennis player, who do you think you would have been?
Jimmy Connors.
There you go.
Or McEnroe.
No, Jimmy Connors.
McEnroe.
Are you serious?
Would have been McEnroe.
Like right here, Kim, you know, looking at it from here,
Yeah.
I think you're the favorite.
Well, yeah, because I'm shooting, and if
Yeah.
I make this, it's
A lot of
tied
people
up
might
10-10.
not understand, but
I'm getting ready to do a
You would-
shot that Mike Siegel didn't teach me, but I watched him do through my career.
All right.
Watch this. Now this is Mike's done this a lot in his career. Watch that right there. Now, I'm telling you,
I did that a
except you're
ton.
left hand.
I know.
He kind of threw it. Now the shot's already gone, but it's just
Right.
kind of like
it's showcase.
And I don't know why, but when I did that, I was in dead whiz when I
Yeah,
did that.
yeah.
I don't know
People
what
didn't
this
know
you
that.
could be doing if you did.
I don't know. It was
because
one of
it
them
feels
things.
like you're playing good.
Yeah.
You know. It's,
No, you're right.
It's more about
you,
touch.
hey, you copied me. Oh, see, you said you never did anything.
I had to copy one of the greatest.
Looks like the crowd is pulling for Johnny.
Well,
You're
in
Kentucky
Kentucky.
from
again.
California,
And you're in Kentucky again.
We're in Kentucky.
Oh, you're in
Yeah.
this is Kentucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is Kentucky. So who are they going to pull for?
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Devers,
not me. Well, my wife was pulling for me. I promise you that.
Well, you got perfect on the 9 that
Yeah.
time. Look at that. Pool is speed and memory. Look how perfect you hit that shot.
Yeah, well, that was pretty good there.
10-10. Oh,
I got to make sure that I don't get another.
look at Johnny wants to throw up. The only thing I realize watching this is, I just watched the Kentucky Derby, and for some reason I keep thinking that shirt that Johnny Archer is wearing looks like the jockey. I don't know. I don't know why that keeps coming out.
He was small enough to be a jockey.
He was. He's pretty
Johnny's
tall.
bigger, way bigger. We know.
He's taller.
Yeah.
He probably weighed maybe. You have to be like
150.
All right, let's see what
All
happens.
right, here we go.
10.
Case game. Let's see what happens now.
This is unbelievable that you came back this far. I'll tell you right now. Incredible. Look at
Man,
that.
you smoke.
Your adrenaline.
Yeah, right now.
Oh, wow. You got Johnny.
He knows-
Look,
he
you got a shot at the one and they're open.
Did you see his face? Johnny's face was like, it's over.
Yeah, he did look down like Wayne.
Yes, look. He knows it's over.
That's sick. It's sick.
That's a rough.
It's a sick
I've been-
feeling.
I've been there a lot of times.
Yeah, it's a sick feeling. There's nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. There you go.
And here I'm in a little difficult spot because the 7 doesn't go past the 9. I believe it's the 7 down by the 9.
That's right.
So I want to come back down, and I get out of line immediately. I'm shooting the 1 to the 2. I rolled way too far.
Tell you what, he's got to be careful now.
And where's the next ball?
The 3's up there by the rail on the left side of by itself in the middle there.
To your left of your arm?
So I have to come back out 2 rails, and I hit it too hard. So now look at me here.
You didn't hit it
So
too
now-
hard.
Well,
Yeah.
look.
Where's the
look where
4?
it's at.
You just hit
I got to go back over. The 4's over there by
A little
myself.
too much, but it's not horrible.
And I'm scared to death to go underneath. I don't want to come back on this side of the side. I want to go on the other side. I want to get kind of close to it. And I wind up just.
Oh, I see.
You
You
wanna-
want to get above the side. You didn't have to do that.
Why though?
Huh?
See, I would have. I mean, I'm not saying that's
Right.
not. I would have. My play would have. I would have stayed
would've
below
just
the
stayed-
side.
stayed
Yeah, I would have
below the
never.
Where's the next ball?
The next ball's
Right
down in
here.
the corner, down here.
Yeah, it's just sitting there. I
Oh,
would've
okay,
stayed-
bottom left. Okay, I got you. Yeah, you didn't have to go above the side.
No.
Okay, but whatever.
Right.
Well, I wanted to make sure because it was close to the rail. I just wanted to make sure to get a good shot on it.
Well, the key here is obviously the 7. I mean, all this really, the 7.
And now he's got
I
himself
wanted to bounce out, and I wanted
Get
to
his
come
foot
off
a little
the rail
straight.
Right.
and go down 2 rows with my cue ball and shoot the 7 where the 8's at. I was unable to do that because
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
got too
come
much
out.
angle, right?
So now I have to shoot the combination.
He's going to have to play the 9.
What?
I have to. I'm locked up. I don't have anything else. What are you going to jack up? And when I mean jack up, elevate my
you
cue.
didn't think of following with a hair inside
Oh,
again under
no,
the 7?
no.
No, you didn't think
Shoot that shot inside English
Yeah,
10
yeah.
championship.
A hair, yes.
No.
I'm like you, Mike, on that.
I would've done
I would have. I'm not saying I would have, but looking at it from
I wouldn't
here,
have played the combination. That's all I can
Right.
tell you.
I
wouldn't have
understand.
done that. That's me. I
I
wouldn't
just
have done
didn't have any. I didn't have
I get
anything
it.
else to do. I
And you got perfect on it.
He
I didn't
did.
want to jaw it or anything.
No, he got perfect.
Yeah. That's why I
It
would
looks
have.
Well, now it looks good.
Right.
But if you were
I
off
couldn't have
angle
done
on
it.
that, I would have hoped the guy plays for the combination.
Exactly.
That's me.
I agree with you. Totally.
Right there.
It lays perfect, though. Look.
Well, this might.
Are you going to do a me?
No, I better not flinch there. If I flinch,
Good match.
I'll be in trouble.
Good match.
That has to
Kim
be the
Davenport,
greatest
comeback.
comeback I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You're down
Never televised anyway.
4. Unbelievable.
9-2. Yeah, it was beautiful.
I thought Archer, he's still alive. I thought he committed suicide after that, but
No, he went on to win many championships after that.
Yeah.
you hit this perfect. You got, if you don't get exactly right there,
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know if
why
I'm the favorite
I
to
had to
make
get
it.
good.
That's why I agree with
You got
you.
perfect.
I would have never, ever in
I wouldn't
life
have done
played
it
that
either.
combination
I would've
because I would have been afraid I couldn't have got, even if you would have got this much off either way, that
Right.
you might have been the underdog to miss it, in my opinion. The other way, if you'd have played what Mike said, I think I could have come up with something that I'd have had a better shot of making.
I would have played under the 2
7.
rails, under the 7.
Come up with-
and hope
I had
hit
like
something.
3 or 4 pockets to maybe.
Yeah, I could have scratched if I'd have went 2 rounds. What I didn't want to do, I wanted to give myself a shot to win.
Right.
Great. Hey, you know what? You
That's
got
why
out, so
everybody-
what can
yeah.
you say? Great
Everybody
play.
looks good. But anyway, if you're interested, you just saw the greatest match ever, greatest comeback. If you're interested in more matches like that, check us out next time when we continue the series. Thank you.